carry on a basement affair.
Dana's a fake bitch. She's crazy.
I'm tired of fake people in this house. Just because I'm nice, I'm not gonna sit back. I just don't like her. I think she's not here for you.
Melody is just trying to, like, get everybody, like, against you.
This old lady's really getting on my nerves.
Let me talk to me. I'm not a fake bitch.
Yeah, you're just a bitch.
Frank, you're the greatest lover ever.
I've never met someone so associated with sex.
I really want to get to know you better.
I've always just thought that I'd always come back to Minnesota. When I wanted to settle down,
I don't know, because I don't know Minnesota.
I don't want Frank living in Minnesota.
you said living with me would be like a nightmare.
Melissa, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to ask you to leave my parents' house.
Dana, you're definitely not popular.
I'm not here for them, I'm here for you, so.
Come get your key.
I personally don't understand how Frank would want someone of her nature. I believe she's the next one to go.
I'm living with my parents in New York City. I'm 31 and I'm broke, it ain't pretty. I need a girl to set me free from my crazy family. I gotta get up out of the basement. I gotta get you into my heart. I'm taking a chance to find a romance out of the basement into my heart.
With only 5 girls left in the house, it kind of gets lonely in the basement. So tonight, I think I'm gonna crash upstairs with the ladies.
This is my new bed. I need some pillows.
So Frank pulled in a mattress in the middle of our purple room.
He could sleep in this bed with us in it.
Oh my God. It was like having a little slumber party with Frank.
Frank, I'm gonna love having our sleepover. I still actually no, I'm not ready for bed, but I don't feel like getting up.
I feel like having a cigarette. You wanna join me?
So all the girls are sleeping. I decided let's sneak Kathy downstairs. We're gonna have some fun.
Is everybody going to sleep?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll see you in 5.
I'll see you in 5.
What?
You said I'll see you in 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 hours.
I know that basement like the back of my hand.
Yeah. Hello.
To put all speculation to rest, yes, Frank and I did have sex.
Wait, if anyone's up, we had our feet in the jacuzzi.
Typically, if I jump the gun and have a physical relationship with someone before the emotional relationship, I don't really want much to do with them after. But with Frank, I really want to get to know him more, which is how I know that I really like him.
We had elimination last night, and he asked who should go home, and like everyone said I should go home.
Everybody said you?
Yeah.
What?
I guess because like maybe I'm so pretty. I don't know.
I bet Jess must be jealous of you, man.
Probably.
So you still in love with this guy? Does he have any respect for you? Who is he? What are his future goals? That's what I want to know.
Mommy, seriously, like, he's getting to know everyone.
But if one more person pushes my buttons, like it's not gonna be good.
I'm just like totally pissed, and I just don't know how I'm gonna ever get along with these girls.
All right, call me like in a half hour while I'm in the spray tan room so I can talk to you.
All right, bye.
How did everyone sleep?
I slept pretty well.
As far as I know, I'm the only one to have an official hookup with Frank. And, you know, we have this physical relationship that I want to keep private because that's how I am. I'm a private person and I don't kiss and tell. Seriously, it'll be funny to see how long I'm here without having gotten a date. But honestly, we've had some
You'll
good
win a
alone
date.
time. Like last night, we talked like a lot.
Did you give him a massage?
No, we were just
sleep?
laying and talking. What are you talking about?
No,
at
at the end last night. You don't know what I'm talking about?
No, I didn't. No, I was tired. He was like, "Oh, Kathy, come give me a massage."
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You didn't?
I was like, "No, I'm going to sleep."
Did you?
Kathy and I are friends, but I still can't get this feeling out of me that there's something that she's hiding from me.
I'm hungry.
Got it.
Hungry.
Ladies, let's all gather together in the living room, please.
morning, Kerry.
Hi.
Felicia, Dana.
Hi.
Kathy, Melody.
Hello, ladies.
Hello.
You're all beautiful girls, but I really need help to find out if we have a real connection. This is Gretchen. She's a specialist in family counseling and couples counseling. You know, this is a test to see who I have the best mental connection with and my lifestyle, like family values, morals. I need to know all these things. So I came up with an idea of having us talk to a therapist.
It's very nice to meet you all here today. This is a show about love. So we're going to try to get to the love and the connection that you feel for one another. First the family, and then with you and Frank individually. How does that sound?
That sounds great.
Yeah? Okay.
Today's therapy session isn't so much of a challenge. It's a way to help Frank get a perspective.
I think it's always good when someone else tells you something. So, you know, you listen and then maybe you could take from it. And being that she's a trained professional, she could probably see things that maybe Frank didn't see.
I'd like to get to know you a little bit better. So maybe you could talk a little bit about yourselves and then about your family, what I'd need to know.
This is definitely gonna take a while. All right. My name is Frank, and I love to sing. I can get angry sometimes, and you know, sometimes maybe yell when I probably should maybe cool it down a little bit.
It all seems like a crock to me, but Gretchen, she's pretty nice.
So what generally triggers your anger or your frustration?
Mom and Dad. Mom and Dad.
Well, the problem with Frank is, you know, he wants to do whatever and whenever he wants. And being that he's living in our house...
It's so terrible. He's there 31 years.
Right, there are rules.
So in terms of your parenting, I mean, you got a 31-year-old boy here.
Boy?
That's what you are.
Rephrase that. Just because I live at home doesn't mean I'm a boy. I'm 31 years old. I can't have girls stay over or anything like that.
That's one thing I would never allow.
Those are the house rules.
Those are the house rules. That's why he has to
I think the house rules suck.
I'm not saying that he shouldn't be able, at 31 years old, to have a girl be intimate with her. I don't care, but not in my house.
Before you know it, if I want to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night in my underwear, I have to worry that you got 7 girls down here.
What am I gonna have? Right. A bordello in my house?
That was a bordello. What's a bordello? I want to know what a bordello is.
It's a house of prostitution.
This is getting intense.
People he went with, forget it, one worse than the other.
Well, I don't totally agree with that.
I do. They were all a bunch of lowlives, every one of his girlfriends.
She never liked any of the girls that you chose?
Almost none. I liked maybe 2.
You know what, Frank? I'm wondering, is there a space in this basement for a woman other than Susan?
He could bring someone down here to, you know, if he wants to talk to them or something.
But the door's gotta
watch
stay
TV.
open. Doors can't stay closed.
Yes.
Because if the door closed, that means you're having sex.
My parents are absolutely ridiculous. They need to stay out of my business.
You know, we use this too. It's not just yours.
To wash clothes. There's no reason why a 31-year-old man who lives at home with his mom can't have a woman in the basement.
You'd have one after
You'd
the
have
other.
an orgy here.
This ain't the 50s anymore.
You're right, but there's not a new age in my house.
Coming up, she looks like she would be a good mother to me.
Do you realize you just said she would be a good mother to me?
Ah, crap. Busted.
Calling Dr. Freud.
And later.
There really was hanky-panky going on, would you tell me?
I feel like I'm being with.
She got so nervous she dropped her food.
Melody.
Hi, Melody.
I'd never been to couples therapy before, but I was excited. I felt comfortable being with Frank and, you know, talking about our past and possibly future.
So, can you just tell me a little bit about yourself?
My mom is my best friend. You know, I grew up in a household that don't really argue and fight and throw things. It's more like you talk it out.
She's always happy, which there's nothing wrong with that.
She's a positive person.
Which is good, which is very good. Yeah. Sometimes maybe she's just a little too nice. Like, you know, she could actually be too nice for me. Like, I like feisty women. I like when girls get angry sometimes.
I know that he thinks that I'm a little too nice for his type of lifestyle, but you know, I have a lot of different personalities to add into one. I'm not just the sweet, nice girl.
I haven't seen like that fire come out of her, which everybody has that fire.
You haven't done anything disrespectful. This is the thing.
Well, I'm not disrespectful though.
I know.
You know, unless people are disrespectful to me.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of the same way.
Frank's the kind of guy I'm coming to understand that likes to press people's buttons.
Oh yeah, he's not pressing mine enough, that's why he doesn't see.
I know Melody wants me to push her buttons. Come on, she's too friggin' nice. That'd be like beating up a baby unicorn.
I'm a very sexual person.
Tell us more.
Yeah, tell us more, because I don't know about this side.
You know, I am great with my hands, and you know, I am that nurturing. Sorry.
I'm just. We're talking about sexual. You said you're great with your hands. I'm thinking.
I am. I'm actually really good. I like to be good at things.
Wow, Melody could be at her sexual peak. That could be interesting.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Felicia.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Nice to meet you. I'm really nervous about meeting a therapist today with Frank, just because I really don't like explaining my feelings to other people. It's not my deal.
Out of all these girls that are left in this house, like, I trust Felicia the most. I really want to take this to another level, and
You do?
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
talk more about that. Do you know this?
I'm just a very conservative girl. I'm not going to let go of my morals and be someone I'm not. And
That's good too, and neither would I.
that's why I was kind of nervous coming down here, because I know what my issues are. But it's not like I'm holding anything back. Like, I'm still trying. You know what I mean? It's not
I
that
can
I'm not.
see that. I have to say, I sense your vulnerability and your honesty, and you know, you're lovely.
Okay.
I'm glad the therapist told Felicia that she's lovely, because A, it's true, and B, if I decide to pick another girl to go on a date with tonight, maybe Felicia could go on a date with the therapist.
Hello.
Hi, Dana.
How are you?
Good.
I'm not nervous at all, you know. I'll just tell her how I feel.
How are things developing between you and Frank?
I'm not usually the one that has to like initiate anything with men, so like this is definitely a different experience.
And I'm not really aggressive with Dana either.
And for some reason, he's like not
I
aggressive
relate
with
to him,
me.
a little shy with Dana.
I don't know why. I'm just not gonna like jump on top of him to keep his attention.
I never asked you to jump on top of me. Come over and say hi.
So Dana's complaining in couples therapy and that she doesn't get alone time with me. Well, she doesn't ever come over to me and talk to me, so she's never gonna get alone time.
So it sounds like you two are at this point that's a little stuck, and something's gotta change that energy.
Like I feel like maybe he's like, maybe you're like, I don't know, like a little bit emotionally suppressed. I feel like he's more aggressive with girls that are bad for him. Like Kathy, I feel like she's so like just sexual, but you say you want mentally first. So I just don't, like, I don't know.
During the session, I totally call Frank out. Frank can't really take, you know, criticism when it comes to himself. I feel like he's really stubborn and he doesn't want to see the other side of anything, but he's definitely gonna listen to what I have to say.
And that's a big plus. Like, I love, like, absolutely love that Dana's like that. That, you know, she doesn't pull any punches, and she literally says it how it is, regardless as if anybody wants to hear it. And that's how I am, and that's a quality that I love in her.
I would like a girl that's not afraid to speak her mind. Dana's definitely that kind of woman.
Hi, Kathy. How are you?
I'm good. Some people may say I'm crazy, but, you know, I've never gone to a therapist, so I guess I wouldn't really know if I was actually crazy or not.
How are things going?
I was so happy that we got to spend so much time yesterday because I feel like we got to talk a lot, and I felt like really, really close to him.
We were really close.
Yeah.
You didn't forget?
No.
I hope not.
So, obviously by your body language, you have a good physical connection.
Great physical connection, great. I have a lot of fun with Kathy, a lot of fun. It wasn't just once, because I liked it and I like you.
Frank and I did hook up, but you know what? It was fun and I enjoyed it. I just don't want it to become the gossip of the house.
You know?
My eye makeup, it's falling. It's hot down here.
It's really hot down here. Okay.
So that's it?
I think we're done here, yeah.
I'm like sweating.
Time for some therapy.
Nice
to meet you. Nice to meet you. Frank brings me downstairs to the therapist, and right away he grabs my hand and just makes me feel like everything's gonna be okay.
You two obviously have a good chemistry.
I definitely think so, yeah.
She's very easy to talk to, and she's a lot of fun, and she's got a great personality. My family loves her.
which is a big plus. She looks like she would be a good mother to me. I mean, I don't know her well, but she seems like...
Do you realize you just said she would be a good mother to me?
No, I said to me.
Did you hear that?
Did I say
Kerry?
that?
It's okay. Calling Dr. Freud. Maybe we're onto something here.
No.
I swear to God, if this lady tells me I have one of those edible complexes, I'm gonna jump out the freaking window.
Where is the physical intimacy between the two of you? Have things developed?
Not as much as I'd like, but...
Someone's got their foot on the brake?
Oh, yeah. I'm like trying to get her foot off the brake because I like her.
Is that foot gonna come off the brake anytime soon?
You know, when there aren't 4 other girls in the house, I want to know that it's me and it's only me. I don't have sex with guys when I first meet them, and it's just not me. I'm more of a relationship kind of girl, I guess you could say. I would hope that he would understand and actually respect my morals, and me not wanting to have sex with him right away should be a good thing.
Thank you very much. It was so nice to meet you. Thank you.
But I don't know if he's gonna be able to get over that. So I don't know what to do.
Coming up, why would I want to be alone with another woman when I have a wife?
Frank's response is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. Anyway, you're a psycho.
And later.
Kathy is hiding something from me.
You're gonna be really mad.
Everything that I've been feeling has been true.
Now?
Yeah.
Figures.
See what the therapist has to say.
Today, Frank arranged for a therapist to come in, and she wanted to kind of give us an assessment of what she found to be the truth.
Okay, so what's gonna happen now? I'm gonna go through each individual girl and what I observed between the two of you. So we started with Melody. There's less chemistry there than there are with some of the other women, but she very much wants more time.
I mean, yeah, I would like to spend more time with Melody.
FELICIA, she was very upfront at the beginning about her guardedness, but what I observed is there is a lot of vulnerability there. That means there's a lot of feeling underneath there.
Scary.
She's very cautious because of her concerns about being hurt. Let's move on to Dana. I feel like there is a bond there. I think you two would benefit from spending more time together. Kathy, there's a very strong chemistry between the two of them and a bond. It's different from the other connections you have with some of the other women.
I really don't like the sounds of this. I've had suspicions for a while now. I'd like to know what the hell is really going on with the two of them.
All right, so we're gonna move on to our last woman, Kerry. There's a strong connection there and chemistry that I observed between you and Kerry, and she's sincere.
You know, I've learned a lot through this process. It really got me thinking. Kerry and I, we definitely get along mentally, and Kathy and I, we get along very good physically. So right now I gotta spend time with the other girls. Hey, Melody.
Yes.
You ready, sweetie?
I am.
First up, I'm gonna take out Melody.
Thank you so much.
When you look at me, like, what do you see in me? Like, what do you, like, because, like, you know, like I said, like, sometimes, you know, I look at you and you're a restaurant manager, you're very successful, you're beautiful, you can have any man you want. Why me?
I came here to find love. I came here to meet you, to see if I had any chemistry at all with you. I'm not the girl that looked up and like tried to get all the information. The only thing I knew was like that you love to sing, which is, I love that. I'm like, I love music. And your personality really drew me to you. At the end of the day, if someone can't make you laugh, looks are not gonna matter.
Let's say I never make anything out of myself. Still a nice guy with a good heart. My mom kicks me out. Next thing I know, I'm on your couch every night and...
I'd be right there with you. Don't think that I would.
Melody's a great girl. She's caring, she's smart, she's beautiful, and my family loves her. I can't find a single thing wrong with her. But somehow, that's a problem.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care,
Thank you. Thanks, you too.
Hope you have fun.
Wonderful. I had a great time.
So, Melody's back from her date. I am starting to get worried that Frank is just physically attracted to me because that is something I'm very familiar with in my everyday life. I feel like oftentimes people just, you know, are interested in me because of what they see on the outside and they never take the chance to get to know me.
Hey, Dana. Come on, sweetie.
Oh, wow, that was a quick nap. All right, let me grab my shoes.
Whatever. Figures I'm not getting another date.
Have fun.
All right, I'll be right down.
Dana seems to think it's up to me to go to her first. So I'm gonna do just that.
Well, maybe you.
I'm taking Dana to the most romantic place I know, the Lookout, under the Verrazano Bridge. I've used this trick to score with chicks for ages. She'll be putty in my hands.
You like strike me as a person who would have like a lot of friends though. Like and a lot of girlfriends.
I do. I would say that 95% of my friends are girls.
And all my friends are guys.
And 5% are, you know, guys.
I like hanging out with guys, like no drama.
No, I get along a lot better with girls than I do with guys, so yeah.
And you know, we're just talking, we're getting to know, you know, more about each other. This is what I've been waiting for.
I wouldn't want my wife being hanging around, but you know, all these guys all the time, and I'm not around. I don't go for things like that or allow it.
You would be mad if your wife had friends that were guys?
Are you kidding me? I'd
Really?
divorce you the next day. You're not gonna stay in my life.
Childhood friends?
I'm not putting up with that
I
crap
would never
ever.
let go of my childhood friends, like for anyone, ever.
My parents have been married for 39 years, and my mother has never gone out on another date with another man, so I don't know, maybe Dana comes from a dysfunctional family or something. Why would I want to be alone with another woman when I have a wife?
Anyway,
Why would I
I'm
want
over
that?
it. You're a psycho.
I'm not a psycho. I think you are for wanting to go hang out with other freaking guys. That's ridiculous. Dana's really stubborn. I'm trying to tell her where I'm coming from, and she won't even listen. This freaking girl, she reminds me of me.
Oh my god, I'm so over it.
You walking away from me? Because if you walk away, we can just end the date
Frank,
right here. I'm
what
fine.
you did was totally like rude and mean.
Totally rude.
I don't get talked to like that. I never would talk to you like that.
I'm talking about, well, I'm trying to get to know you, and
If
dating.
I wanted to grab lunch with one of my guy friends, I don't think that's a problem, and you could have
When
said
you're
we could have
married?
agreed to disagree.
Okay, but when I hear something like that, and I'm not normally used to hearing things like that, it's like,
Well, I'm
wow.
very honest.
Like,
I'm very
no,
honest.
And that's
So
and
that's
that's
just
and
how
so
I
am
come.
I, and
Okay, then.
and you saw
But I
me.
didn't yell at
me
you.
being
I
me.
didn't yell at you.
So, and that's me.
Okay, well, this is me.
I'm so friggin' frustrated with Dana right now. It's like she's trying to piss me off on purpose. So why am I so turned on right now?
The way I would think of it is like I don't know. Like I guess when I get married, I really don't want to look at any other girls, but my wife.
I get angry too sometimes, so I finally listened to what he really has to say. And I think it may have been just a misunderstanding. And I think after he really apologized, he knew he was wrong, so it gave us a chance to talk.
Give me a hug. I want a hug.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry too.
Hello, ladies.
Hello.
All right, 2 down and 1 to go. And my last one-on-one of the day is gonna be a special one with a very special girl. So, Felicia, tonight you and I were gonna be going on a dinner date.
I'm so over Felicia winning all these dates. I mean, she doesn't really have anything going on besides the boobs.
A very nice dinner too.
Yeah?
All right, we'll head out for dinner in about 30 minutes.
Okay.
All right, so be ready.
This really pisses me off because I feel like I'm being with.
I'm excited to get some one-on-one time with Felicia. I know she's a little guarded with her feelings, but hopefully this nice romantic dinner will loosen her up.
So this is nice.
Yes.
Have you been here before?
No. But I heard it was very nice.
Okay. My game plan for tonight's date is to forget about everything that's happened in the past, all the other girls. I'm gonna pretend like it's one of our first dates and just really be myself and try to open up as best as I can. So is there anything you want to know about me?
I like when you open up to me.
I could tell you about the relationship that hurt me.
Okay.
I was with this man, probably the first man I ever loved. Basically, found out he was cheating on me. I haven't dated anyone since, haven't been with anyone since, but not because I didn't want to, just because I haven't really found anyone that I had a connection with.
I hear you.
It feels good to share this side of me with Frank. I'm definitely opening up with him more and more, and I definitely think he appreciates that.
You're so beautiful, pretty, smart, and you're here looking for love with a guy who lives in a basement. You're so smart, you have so much potential.
Can I tell you one thing that kind of gets me upset about you? I don't like when you talk like that. I'm gonna be dead honest with you. Sometimes I don't think that you think highly of yourself. And you always tell me these little things like, I don't know why you would see yourself with me. Like, it really gets me upset because you don't know how great that I think you are. And I don't want to be bossy, but I just don't like when people think bad about themselves. And I would not be here and waste my time if I did not think that.
Wow, Felicia really put me in my place. She's usually so diplomatic. I've never seen this side to her before. Actually, it's kind of hot.
From the steps, I looked, I said, oh, they're all sleeping, but I didn't even notice that
Everybody
he was
was
there.
in one room last night?
Yeah. He took a mattress, and put it on the floor.
Frank was snoring a little bit.
Yeah,
So I'm eating dinner with the Marescas again. I don't even know what to think. I'm getting total mixed signals from Frank. I feel like we're on a roller coaster here.
There was no hanky-panky going on up there, I hope. No. Truth of the matter is, if there really was hanky-panky going on, would you tell me? Don't all answer at once. She got so nervous she dropped her food. And Kathy, you still haven't had a date? I can't believe that. You're the only one then.
Hey.
Hey,
Hello.
what's up?
How was it?
It was a really great night.
Good, good, good.
But-
Well, we don't mean to interrupt. We're just
No,
here.
we're not. I'm actually going to get changed, and you can come down and keep me company.
I'll be right back.
Which pissed me off so much. And I just started crying and I just couldn't control myself.
I go outside because I want to comfort Kathy. I see that she's crying and I see that she's upset. And my first instinct as a friend is to go and see if she's okay.
No, you're gonna be so mad at me.
Why?
You're gonna be really mad. You're gonna be so mad, Kerry. Like, I'm not even kidding.
I'm not gonna be mad, okay?
I haven't wanted to tell Kerry about what happened between me and Frank because I don't want to hurt her, and I know she really likes him. I don't know how she's gonna react.
Honestly, I feel like you're gonna be really pissed at me.
I'm not gonna be mad at you. I don't care, honestly. I'll be more upset if you don't tell me, Kathy. Kathy is hiding something from me, and everything that I've been feeling has been true. There's something that I don't know.
You're not gonna trust me ever again.
Kathy, look at the predicament we're in right now. It's fine.
No, you're never gonna trust me again.
Remember, like, we
You're
spoke
never
about-
gonna trust me again, Kerry.
And I'm just like, tell me what's going on. And then
That's not from Frank.
Kathy lays it out and she says, I had sex with Frank. I cannot believe this is happening right now.
Coming up.
You know, honesty is really important to me, right? I feel like at this point, maybe I should just go home. I just feel like I've been lied to lately.
And later.
Well, there were 3 girls remaining and only 2 keys left.
There is a chance that I could be going home.
You live in the sunshine. I live in the damn basement.
What, did you? Yeah?
Don't tell anybody.
Kathy lays it out and she says, I had sex with Frank. I was in shock.
Honestly, I was gonna tell you eventually, but I was just like, at the time, I was like, I can't. He was like, you can't tell anybody. You cannot talk about this. And I was like, yeah.
It hurts to think about your best friend in the house having sex with him and she didn't even tell me.
Are you mad at me? No, but now I know why you got so mad.
You know what? I sucked it up for the moment and I said, you know what? You're my friend. I'm glad you told me.
And I thought about it like after the fact and I was like, television, everybody's gonna see this. My parents, like everybody that I know. Before and after my date. Wait, what was your date?
I want to be there as a friend for Kathy, but the more she keeps talking about how much fun they're having together, and it's draining me. I just want to go to sleep, and I just don't want to talk about it.
Last night was bad. I know. I don't even know what to do. Should I pretend it never happened?
I don't think that Kerry finding out about Frank and I hooking up has affected our friendship at all. If anything, I think she feels closer to me.
I don't really understand why it has to be such a big deal. Like, oh, Kathy slept with him so she could stay. I would never do that. I did it because I felt like it. And the thing is, had I thought like anybody else hooked up with him, I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't be able to have sex with him after he had sex with somebody else. Like, that's what I'm wondering. Like, would he sleep with anybody here? You know, that doesn't make me feel good.
I act like I want to talk about it, and I act like I'm okay with it because I'm a good friend and that's what friends do. But it's kind of like torture to me at this point.
The more I'm talking about it with you, the better I feel about it, because I'm just like...
It was better late than never telling Kerry, and I think we're closer because of it.
Like, my thing is, I don't look like an idiot on television for doing that.
Chatty Kathy really needs to shut up right now.
Okay, I love you, but I really want to finish my hair.
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, it's okay.
Can I talk to you, please?
Yeah, okay.
I go downstairs to talk to Frank. I just really wanted to confront him on the whole situation without giving up Kathy.
Okay, so basically, you know, honesty is really important to me, right?
Yeah, honesty definitely is very important to me too. So what are you getting at?
I feel like...
Say it. I want to hear what you have to say.
I just feel like I've been like lied to lately.
About what?
As far as being like physical with other girls in the house.
Oh, crap. Busted. Physical meaning how? Because there's so many different
You know what I
levels
mean.
of physical.
I basically just wanted to talk to him and just tell him, like, listen, I'm not your girlfriend. Like, you can be honest with me. If you're being intimate with somebody in the house, you can tell me, like...
I mean, I'm here to try to find who's here for me, who's not here for me, you know? Like, who really wants to be with me. You know, some girls want to get physical.
I understand. It's
You
fine.
know?
I understand that.
If an intimate relationship is that important to Frank, I feel like at this point, maybe I should just go home because it's not gonna happen.
Like, I don't want to feel pressured. Like,
I would never pressure you. I let you have your space. I understand that you need time, and I'm totally fine with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with that. Never hold that against you. Never.
yeah.
Absolutely.
I just felt like that's what it was coming down to.
Coming down to sex?
I don't know. That's how I felt the past
No,
few days.
has nothing to do with
That
it.
has nothing to do with your decision.
No. What, are you kidding me? Please.
Okay, well. You can just, I'm just letting you know, you can be always honest with me and
I know.
you can tell me anything and I'm not gonna get,
I know.
you know.
I know I could tell you anything, and I would, you know. Kerry's the best. I explained myself to her, and she totally understands. Now we can move on. Problem solved.
After our conversation, I don't really feel any better. I still feel hurt, and he didn't really make me feel any better about anything that I said. So I feel like, why should I stay here if I'm just gonna be hurt?
Coming up, Kathy, the therapist questioned our chemistry.
The dynamic of the house would be a lot better without her.
The chemistry we had was only physical,
Are you two guys playing with that chemistry set in the basement?
but I'm really looking for the perfect fit.
Going into eliminations, I'm always nervous because I care deeply for Frank. But after having a great date today and having a great connection, I would definitely be surprised if I was sent home.
Today, me and Frank got to spend some time together. We got in a little fight, but, you know, I had to tell him how I feel. I like to be honest with him as I can, so I really don't care who Frank sends home tonight as long as it's not me.
I'm feeling confident as far as getting a key, but I'm thinking, do I really want to accept the key?
Frank!
Tonight's gonna be difficult. I'm questioning my chemistry with some of the girls in the house. I want the total package, a physical and emotional connection.
Frank, do you ever shave?
I'm going to tomorrow.
Oh.
Hello, ladies. Felicia, last night on our date, I felt so comfortable and at ease with you for the first time. I definitely feel like your heart is open to me. Please step forward.
When Frank holds the first key and says my name, I couldn't be happier. It's just great to get called first and just know that he really holds me highly.
Kathy, the therapist questioned if the chemistry we had was only physical. But I believe we have a lot more than that. We have a whole chemistry set.
Are you two guys playing with that chemistry set in the basement? I keep hearing about this great physical connection. So, I mean, what would you think if you were hearing this? If I find out that anything's going on in my house, you'll both be out.
So, Kathy, please step forward.
I'm just really disappointed in the both of them. I felt really betrayed by my friends and the guy that I put my all into.
Well, there were 3 girls remaining and only 2 keys left. Me and this girl are running in stride together. And I'm definitely happy that we're moving forward together. Kerry, please step forward.
My mind is telling me to go. I feel like, why should I stay here if I'm just gonna be hurt? But my heart is telling me to stay.
Kerry, will you please accept this key to my basement?
Of course. I came to this house being myself, and I'm gonna continue to do that. I'm gonna stick with my morals, and I'm gonna stick with how I feel, and hopefully he accepts me for who I am, and it takes me till the end.
Well, there are 2 girls and only 1 key left.
You know, I had a great date, and I really enjoyed talking to him and spending time with him, and I do like him very much. So I definitely want to be in the house. I don't want to go.
Frank should definitely send home Melody. She has a side to her that's not that sweet girl that she portrays herself to be. So I'm just wondering, well, what else are you hiding? Who else are you?
So it comes down to 2 ladies.
The moment I realize that it's just myself and Dana, I don't know if it's an emotion that's missing between the 2 of us or he's just not feeling, I don't know.
like tonight, there is a chance that I could be going home. I mean, I'm not gonna be quiet and tell Frank whatever he wants to hear. I'm gonna say, you know, what the I want, basically. And hopefully he's man enough to take that.
Dana, please step forward. Dana, will you please accept this key to my basement?
Yes. I get my key to the basement from Frank. I'm so excited. And I'm even more happier that I have my key and Melody doesn't.
Melody, you're perfect. You're happy all the time. You're nice. You live in the sunshine. I live in the damn basement.
Could always move out.
I mean, it's weird to me that being perfect disqualifies you, but it does.
It's okay.
Consider yourself lucky. Seriously.
I understand. It's okay.
I think you're amazing too. Too amazing. Start yelling at people.
No, she's
My mom really
perfect
likes you
just
a lot.
the way she is.
I know.
It just kills me to see Melody go because she's such a nice girl. But I can't tell him what to do. He's 31 years old.
Don't change your ways for
Don't.
anybody. It was very hard to say goodbye to Melody.
It hurts, you know, I have feelings for someone and to really want to stay and see how it would go. But at this point, he's stuck with what he has in the house, and hopefully he'll find true love.
It was really hard for me to let Melody go. I mean, she was a great girl. She was so nice. She was too perfect. A world I just don't live in.
Good night, girls.
Good night.
You could join us.
I don't want to join you.
Thanks. Well, ladies, right now I am looking at the final four. To fall in love and move it out of the basement. Time on Basement Affair.
Today we are going to take care of some family business.
This is my sister. She's like my best friend, so I figured she would be the one to go.
Do you not get along with your mom or something? What's her relationship like with her father?
Oh, God. She has to answer that.
Not good.
Oh, no. Daddy issues?
I'm terrified for Frank.
Who is this guy? I'm not gonna shut up, so don't tell me to shut up, because I'll go crazy.
This woman comes barreling into my house, screaming and yelling at her daughter. She doesn't know who she's dealing with, I guess.
Seriously, get back to school and get home. I have nothing more to say.